Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are live and going to be talking about the a little trailer that dropped today. The Acolyte trailer dropped earlier this morning, depending on where you are. Did all of us watch it?
What's Star Wars? Yeah, I watched it.
How many times?
Right? Yeah. So tonight I got some guests on the channel. We got my two co-hosts from the Star Wars podcast. Jedi Lex, Patrick from Poptography, and then a couple familiar faces on the channel. We got Brandon from Clan Brandalorian, Grayson, one half of Mortis FM, and our good friend Eric from Sire Speed Reviews. So how is everyone doing tonight?
Doing great. Very good.
Better now that I have a trailer.
Right?
I was just thinking about that. This is. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, like, it's kind of weird that I can't think in the past couple years of content that we've gotten in the summer. We've gotten stuff usually in the first half of the year and then kind of the tail end of the year, but we've never really gotten a show or Star Wars content like in the middle of the year, like June, July, which is pretty exciting to me.
Yeah, or at least not a live action one. Like we might have gotten like an animated series at some point there, but
yeah.
I think you're right though. Yeah, so this will be good. And then especially if they do Skeleton Crew in the fall is the rumor, I think.
Yeah. It's weird because that show wasn't supposed to come out like the end of last year before the strikes, and now it's the one that's coming out like at the end of the year. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. So Patrick mentioned while we were introducing ourselves, like how many times we watched it. So how many times has everyone watched it?
Probably about a good 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. Okay.
I think twice.
I watched it twice.
Yeah, so I've seen it once because like I said, I was holding off to watch it until I could come home and do my reaction video, which I just got posted up. So check that out after the stream here. Got a few people in the chat here. So Absolute Sabers popping in to say hi. So won't be able to watch live, but have a great stream. Thank you.
I didn't know you knew Absolute Sabers. He's the GOAT.
I didn't know. I didn't know him either. So just pop it in. And then this guy I know too. This famous fella, Star Wars set saying "Avengers Assemble." Right? That's what it kind of feels like. I don't know. Like watching that trailer, I got those same chills as that scene from Avengers, though. I gotta say.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Dude, seeing yellow lightsabers in live action is just it's so nice, dude. Yellow, underrated lightsaber color.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
That's what I got. I love it.
I think it's gonna be really awesome. So yeah, we're gonna be watching it probably a few times, couple times at least, at full speed, and then we'll slow it down and kind of go through it. What's Tony saying here? No, you guys are the Avengers, right?
I'll be Black Widow.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm not American, so I can be Captain Canuck.
It does exist.
That's a deep cut.
One,
I know it does. I was gonna say that's a deep cut. So a little bit of a deep cut for any comic nerds.
I did a Hawkeye cosplay, so I'm Hawkeye.
Dude, I can see that. That's so cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, so we'll watch it a few times, but we'll watch it a couple times at full speed, and then we'll go through and break stuff down. Talk about I don't know what we all noticed our few times that we've seen it, and talk locations that these possibly could be. It's all that good stuff. So why don't we watch it right now? You guys ready to watch it one more time?
Get it.
Yeah, let me bring it up here. Let me share my screen.
Can't hear it. Can you guys hear it?
I cannot hear it, but
You can't hear it?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I think that might be that might be a StreamYard issue thing, but I mean,
gotcha.
Thankfully, I mean, not that from what I remember at least, there wasn't anything super notable in the audio other than the music was banger.
Okay, I'll try something else. I'll share it right from YouTube then. Maybe that'll work.
Okay.
Let me try that because I pulled it off on QuickTime there. So let me just bring it up on the YouTube, the old YouTube.
Keep the audio down though. A few people got the videos.
I think we'll be safe. I think we'll be safe.
If we all just scream really loudly over it, it'll be fine.
Right?
We could just do like a dub of it, just like pretend like we know what they're saying, and we can just voice act it.
All right, let me know if this works.
There you go.
Close your eyes.
I can hear it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your eyes can deceive you. We must not trust them.
Life. Balance. I see fire.
So good.
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense.
What happened?
I sensed darkness.
This isn't about good or bad. This is about power and who is allowed to use it.
What is that?
That's good.
Man,
just a banger.
That's right.
That's what you want in a trailer, at least for me. Where like I don't like to be shown too much, and I think that trailer does a really good job of giving you just enough to be like, what's happening, what's going on, who are these characters, and then
out winning agreements.
Thank you, Panda Doc, not sponsored. But yeah, I'm like, okay, hopefully now I know Disney they like to do this where as it gets closer they like to show a whole bunch sometimes. But this was just so good.
Yeah. I agree. I think the just enough point, really hits it. Definitely grabs in your casual Star Wars fan, brings you in, and you're like, oh, okay, this is brand new. Like this is a complete breath of fresh air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
the music got me right away.
Yeah, dude.
Like that music is like really good.
I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you all do, but a friend of mine and just a great dude in the community, Ashton Sherritt, if you guys follow him on Instagram, he just did a breakdown an hour or two ago and possibly connecting it to some stuff what we see in Ahsoka, at least musically, because he knows music composition and everything like that, but overall just hints at like just really good darker themes, and I'm a big fan. I actually am curious who is scoring the show, because I don't
I'm kind of curious
if we
too.
know.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was was it Giacomo, the guy who did Rogue One,
Giancarlo,
Michael Giacchino.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I'd assume it. If they're gonna get somebody, it's gonna be Kevin Kiner. Don't pull up Tony's message, please.
I know.
He's such a troll, bro. Let me look up on IMDb
I'm
real
used
quick.
to it though. Look at him. It's Joe.
He's such a goon. Of course.
Oh, Tony. But being a goon got him somewhere. Like over 5K subscribers. So.
But at what cost?
Joe Mama.
Right?
Classic. I'm looking up to see on. We see mostly. I think we literally everybody in the cast on this, but I'm checking to see if we have somebody who we know is doing the score.
So I'm impressed because the guy from what is it, Squid Game is in here.
Yeah,
and we see him quite a bit in the trailer.
He's
and we
playing
saw
Soul.
him at we saw him at Celebration, like on the stage there, and he can barely speak English. It seems like so they got him speaking some English in this series, which I'm
He's
surprised.
killing it so
but
far.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Yeah,
he seems like he's definitely going to be one of our main Jedi Masters in the show. Which there is something to note in the trailer that I'll point out that it's literally only in one shot, but it shows that there's definitely going to be a time jump or flashbacks in this show.
Close your eyes.
I'm gonna mute it and play it back half speed here so we can watch and kind of
Yeah,
so
speaking
I like
of the time jumps, I think, and I know we're gonna get into it, but just to feed off of that, we get to see Jung Jae with a shorter haircut. And
that's what I was gonna,
and then also the youngling that says she sees fire. I think that's the girl.
Does have a green lightsaber.
Ooh,
yeah.
Tony saying, that youngling girl is either May or her twin sister.
If you pause right there, there's where the
twins. Oh.
If you go back just a second, you can see what we were talking about before we started up the stream, that there is the possible Plo Koon or just Keldor right there in the far right.
At the bottom. Yeah.
Let's slow it up. We can slow it down even quicker. Or slower. There we go.
It'll be a couple frames ahead, but yeah.
Plo Koon would be crazy. Like, could you imagine him actually being back, but it's a time before the prequels? Like, man.
I know Dave isn't involved in that, but I know Dave loves Plo Koon, which I gotta agree.
So we're saying in this frame here?
No. Go ahead when they're looking over the horizon.
Next one?
Yeah.
Oh, the horizon one. Okay. I'm
also gonna pull up
the yellow lightsaber holder.
Yeah. That guy, pause right there.
Oh yeah, right there. Bottom. Yeah, bottom right. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Or the same species. Yeah.
It's at least the same species. It looks like Plo Koon. I mean, at least from the back, it's the same head shape and everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, how old is Plo Koon in the
after all?
I'm looking it up real quick. From what I understand, he is around 300 and something years old in the prequels. Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't either until today. I was like, oh, my man Plo is kind of old.
Yeah,
as old as Yoda, but which also we might.
No, he's not Yoda old, but yeah.
Which we got to talk about if we think Yoda is going to be in this show, which I'm almost certain he will be.
Oh, yeah, because when does this one happen? When does this series take place? It's like on the at the end of the High Republic, pretty much.
100 years before the Phantom Menace, so roughly 135 BBY.
Yeah.
So this one article says that in the events of Revenge of the Sith, he was about 385, and given that the Acolyte is about 150 years before, he would be about 235.
Yeah, so it could be him.
Very much.
Wow. Yeah, it could be him. It could be a young Plo.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Well, it's a pretty old but younger Plo Koon.
Yeah.
235 years old.
I mean, he's in his prime at 235, right?
Interesting thing that I found here as well, that his master is another Wookiee Jedi, not the one that we see in this. It has a different name, but a Wookiee Jedi named Tyvaka, who is also in the High Republic. So
tight.
Interesting.
I mean, that Wookiee Jedi was cool.
Love it. Tying stuff in.
I think the Wookiee Jedi. I got to pull up the character bios real quick, but I think they confirmed his name is Telvaka. Is his name?
Something like
that. Something like that. So that's the one that's played by Jonas Suotamo, right? I think is how you pronounce his name. Yeah.
Yes.
Can't wait to see this guy in action.
Oh, dude, I know he's gonna die. He's gonna die in such a sad way.
Yeah, and then there's Soul with the shorter hair, so confirming a time jump, I guess.
And no, even later on, he has like a bowl cut going on.
Even shorter? Oh yeah.
Yeah, he goes even shorter, yeah.
He could have been like the fifth Beatle for real. It was one of those. It was clean. I think a time jump is going to be really cool because we get to see even further back. before the 100-year mark.
Yeah.
Well,
so what about
this
location? It kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
So is this the planet?
What do you think this location is?
Peridia.
Nah. I mean, maybe, but that would be a crazy connection back to back. I mean, I know people are thinking that geographically, because we see later on with May and that ominous silhouetted figure that it looks like Octo, but geographically this looks the same. Weirdly, though, I get Naboo vibes, even though I know it.
Yeah, the building structures.
The building structure says Naboo, but I don't know. It looks like Octo in the later footage.
It does. It definitely does.
Touching on the Plo Koon thing, like that would be neat if it was Plo Koon, because we know in the Mandalorian they used Plo Koon as like a cover up for the whole Luke Skywalker thing. So that would be funny if they faked that in the Mandalorian, then brought him in for real in this series. So
I bet they would do that though. That'd be even better.
Well, yeah, it seemed like a lot of people loved Plo Koon, like in the prequels, from what you see. But once they brought him back and gave his character more depth in the Clone Wars, like it seems like there's more Plo Koon fans than ever.
Plo Koon is one of he's like my favorite background Jedi ever.
Mm-hmm.
So that character right there is a prominent character in the books. It is Vernestra Rwoh. She's a kind of one of the main Jedi in the High Republic books. But unfortunately, in her character bio on StarWars.com today, they revealed she takes a Padawan in the books, and then in her character bio, they're like, "Oh, her Padawan dies." And that hasn't happened in the books yet. So,
spoiler alert.
Spoilers. But Star Wars, they did it to themselves. They shot themselves in the foot. And I'm like, how you guys messed that up? But
damn.
She becomes a Jedi Knight at the age of 15. She's like, it's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, she's apparently like the Sheldon Cooper of Jedi. Right there.
That's
where he is.
That is,
and they have significantly yellower robes.
Too. Yeah, they're all gold.
So the Wookiee, his name is Kel Naka. I messed that up earlier, but yeah, these I just realized the characters in the background have like bows.
Oh yeah, they do too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do.
Bows.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes me think, because in Prime High Republic they have very yellow gold robes, which makes me think that is really far in the not really far, but like maybe 10 years in the past or something.
So do we think that's further back than when he's training the younglings then? Or you think it's just
his hair is like super long at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, now this also could be in the future. I could be wrong. Maybe he gets a haircut.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, with Star Wars characters, they love to keep their hair short and then grow it out. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Anakin, for example, right?
Anakin,
Mm-hmm.
Ezra,
and Obi-Wan had the space mullet and then cut it for episode 3.
Yes, so there you go. It could go either way, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I like the costume design on this in this trailer.
See what they're looking at. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just like there. Yeah, so that is Carrie-Anne Moss. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have her name on here. Her name is Indara.
They're like, do you want to come into this Star Wars movie and just pretty much do what you did on The Matrix and just like, she's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I will.
See, what's going on with this little group?
So that is another group of witches. More witches on Star Wars. I don't know if it means, I don't think Night Sisters, but
do they use magic though?
That's what I'm curious. Are they force wielding? Are they magic using? Are they just a cult? Like,
they look tight.
Yeah.
I got her name. Is Mother Anaseva.
Yeah, I think it's Anna.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it could be that other planet from before with the buildings on the cliff, but
this looks like Octo. There's even an island in the background.
Especially here. Like this looks like the same area where Rey fell into the cave there.
And then there's I think that's the character that has the lightsaber for sure.
Yeah,
that's a good look. That girl, when they had that face shot of her, like I know most of you guys in here are Funko people, but like, could you imagine her as a Funko? Like, oh man,
right?
It'd be so tight.
Then we have X-23 from Logan. Now is a
that's who that is, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Daphne Keene or whatever her name is, I think.
Yep, Daphne Keene. I'm sure she won't die. She's so dead.
I feel like everyone has to go.
Most of these characters are going to die. You're right.
Yeah.
It's definitely a human-looking hand.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. All the lightsabers.
So this is 3 or yellow.
Avengers Assemble, right?
Going on here?
Yeah, and then they get pushed back.
I don't know if I was reaching, but the second time I watched this earlier, and I didn't have it with headphones on, but when all the Jedi get blown away, there's kind of like a sound effect, and I don't know why, but it sounded like a Sith's like shriek kind of. So I don't know if that was used there, if I'm just hearing things, but yeah, that was something I was like, man, that'd be kind of cool.
Maybe it's some sort of like maybe it's some sort of like combination of shriek and like force repulse or something, where they're just like using the voice.
That'd be so tight.
That would be so sick.
Her evil twin sister could be that character in the shadow.
Maybe
twin sister.
Technically, they all have to die if they see the Sith.
Unless
is that what happens when people see Tony in person?
Eventually, you're all.
If they do confirm that like these are Sith, because nothing thus far has indicated that they are Sith, although they probably are. I don't know if you guys saw, and I can pull it up, but there was some pretty credible sources saying that that according to these are possible leaked details, but said 100 years before the Phantom Menace, apparently it did not use the volume at all during filming. Narratively similar to Andor, I guess maybe kind of a slow burn, which makes sense.
Yeah, which I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I know Andor was not for everybody. I loved Andor. If you don't love Andor, that's completely fine. But I think
Tony, the true Andor.
Tony,
see it, Tony.
Yeah, my gosh.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
But apparently it was pitched as a multi-season show and then incorporates EU and Legends lore, allegedly. Which everybody, including myself, I would love Plagueis connections. But I get the feeling that they probably won't.
I'm getting a lot of sequel vibes too from like all the designs of the buildings, like all this
very, very Batu, Galaxy's Edge kind of
Batu, Navarro with the same, like they're doing the whole like with the two pillars and the big
the kind of almost arc looking type thing. Tony, I love going to the dentist because I'm hygienic.
Maybe that's me because that or does that kind of look like a similar speeder to Ray's, like the front
I thought the same thing. Like it looks like her what are you, Magnum bar or whatever they're called.
But like all sorts of stuff like nods to the sequels. Like that girl even says like what is it when he asks what she sees or something, like she says peace and light or something like that.
Oh, when Rey is like talking about how she feels like light and warmth and stuff like that as she's trying to feel the Force.
Hold on.
As much as I have my gripes with The Last Jedi, I do like that stuff a lot. So especially when it's Jedi kind of in tune with nature and the Force and stuff like that.
Close your eyes.
Later on, because he says close your eyes, and then one of the kids is an alien, and he just has his eyes wide open.
Deceive you.
He might have just not heard him.
You must not trust them.
But yeah, that music.
It's so
Tell
good.
me what comes into your
mind. This is Coruscant, right? Surely.
Yeah.
Never seen those aliens before.
Yeah, life and balance, right?
Balance.
Yeah, so she says life and balance, which is like what Rey says. So I like the little nods to the sequels. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see fire.
Did you see that kid right there? It's just giant black pupils.
Oh, he's like, I see younglings.
He's locked in.
Chilling.
I see the floor.
I see.
He's too good to close his eyes.
Bro did not get enough sleep.
No. They sleep with their eyes open.
Maybe. Oh. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like he has eyelids, so
yeah.
He's trying his best.
That's fun.
I wish the best for that kid.
Yeah.
See fire.
Yeah. So Brandon, I think you're the one who brought up the that girl being the one from later in the trailer. Is that what does everyone else think about that?
I mean, that was my initial thought, was when she said fire and then they were showing her. I was like, oh, that's the beginning of a Sith. Like, here we go.
Fire.
Yeah. But like Grayson said, it would be very similar to Reva. So it's like she's gonna get stabbed by the Sith lightsaber.
I could go 50-50 on it, honestly. I mean, I don't think there's anything disproving that, so.
Yeah. You know, I trust what they're doing. So
yeah. I definitely think out of a lot of the shows, this one has a lot of potential for being one of the most well-written shows.
Yeah.
Just because it seems like they put a lot of care into it. I hope.
And the choreography too, like the choreography.
The wire work. Are you kidding? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had a friend. He was.
Do we know if they're using the volume on this one?
I don't think they are.
Yeah, according to reports,
they meant they're shooting it more like Andor.
At locations.
That is the reports. Yeah.
Someone is killing Jedi.
Yeah, so there's that Daphne Koenig back in the cave.
Her character is
so they're wearing the gold.
Jackie.
Yeah, they're wearing the gold robes here too. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's now that you pointed that out, you can't unsee it.
Yeah,
you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
But so this seems to be all of the characters that we see in that lineup with the lightsabers at the end.
Yeah.
I think, but I don't remember seeing a Keldor, all of them lighting up their lightsabers. So, but it seems like this is the same, at least planet. So maybe Plo Koon is like, I'm gonna go tell the Jedi Council what's going on, and he dips, and that's how he lives.
Survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
New Jedi Survivor game. Dude.
What happened? I sensed darkness.
Sick.
This isn't about good or bad. This is about power and who is allowed to use it.
What is that?
There was a blue lightsaber at the very far end, and it definitely it looked. There's like you can see it in like one frame. It looked like it was Keldor. I know that people have been saying that these characters have to die. There has been kind of this theory going around that. Let's see here. It's at the very end. Oh, okay. He has a green lightsaber.
Green, yeah.
So not Plo Koon, unless he got a new lightsaber.
Which is possible too.
It's true. Listen, Jedi go through lightsabers like it's nothing. So
yeah.
But someone was saying how possibly the events of this show might kind of kick off the events of showing the folly and the dogma of the Jedi, and that whatever happens, the Jedi try to sweep under the rug, and kind of to not tarnish their legacy, because the High Republic is kind of considered to be like the apex of their time as the Jedi, and now this is the end of it. So possibly like this really puts a damper on this kind of just reign of peace, and they're like, we can't let this go, you know, we can't tarnish our legacy like this. So they take care of it, and that's why, you know, someone like Ki-Adi-Mundi is like, oh, we haven't seen the Sith in the millennia, because as far as he knows, they haven't seen a Sith in the millennia because the Jedi wiped it away.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just a theory, but I don't hate that idea of it possibly. The whole goal of the show, at least what Leslie Headland said, was that, like, you know, they're going to try to tell it from the perspective of the bad guys from the Acolyte, or, you know,
which is very cool. I'm down for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that would line up if they're kind of trying to make the Jedi look like the bad guys, right?
Yeah. I mean, that'd be pretty neat, like if they did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly, Patrick. Yeah.
Yeah, but if they did that with them sweeping everything under the rug, and like you said, Ki-Adi-Mundi was like, we haven't seen the Sith in over a millennia, and Plo Koon's sitting there, he's thinking to himself, well, you know, you guys haven't seen them. I saw them.
Well, if that is what kind of comes to light in the Acolyte show, and you have like someone like Yoda who's obviously alive then, and he's kind of giving that nod look to Mace Windu. That might kind of add a little different credence to what that look was about.
Yeah,
that's right. Kind of like, we took care of that. Like, you know.
Yeah. They might even not even try to say that it's a Sith, right? Oh, these are just some dark side users or whatever. We took care of them, but it's like maybe this is leading to something being bigger, right?
Yeah,
It could.
Shogun says hello, Shogun. Thanks for hopping in.
Maybe Yoda is just like, yeah, we're gonna put this under the rug, like we've said, but it kind of makes us look at Yoda different.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you are kind of backwards, you know, like how the Jedi and the prequels were, you know, like even little assumptions, you know, like why Anakin couldn't be master, and, you know, stuff like that. You know, it's like, okay, so Yoda might be kind of trifling, in other words.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the hypocrisy of it all. I mean, we just got done with a group of me and my friends. We read Dark Disciple, and in that book, the Jedi literally are like, yeah, Quinlan Voss, we need you to go undercover and go kill Count Dooku, because that's what Jedi do, right? They just go to assassinate Count Dooku, and it's like Yoda gives that green light. So I mean, it would add up with kind of his prequel era, you know.
Right.
And he's starting to get kind of sweaty, and he's like, "Oh, we can't let this ruin our name."
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks so good.
That
it does.
I think most of the, I mean, we don't really see any crazy new species except for that planet that I'm actually so the girl's name is May. That's right.
Yeah, because we've seen that species before.
Yeah, I think the first appearance was like Force Awakens, maybe.
Yeah. Again, another nod to the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, if things begin to feel more interconnected and explained, then I'm
fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my issue, is that it just kind of, you know, at the time it felt kind of segmented. Now, if they can, you know, even what we're seeing in Bad Batch, like if this is another thing to kind of just make things feel more fruitful, then I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's an interesting time to go back, because you could do something like, you know, we're saying, like, you could have a conspiracy that the Jedi caused that could, in other people's eye, kind of like, I know one of Tony's favorite characters from Clone Wars were the sisters that Ahsoka like hung out with.
Oh my gosh. The Martez sisters.
Yes. So you can kind of see, like, you remember, but their point of view about the Jedi was something that we haven't really heard, right? I thought that was kind of interesting, and we could see more of that, like dissension just within the people in the galaxy, just losing faith in the Jedi. Like, maybe they were supposed to be these big protectors, like sheriffs in the space, at one point, and then they get reduced to the Lone Ranger, and like, they're a joke. So I don't know, but there's so much they can play with this in the confines of do anything. Make any story and make it interesting, whether you're now kind of putting an interesting twist on what we have always known as the good guys. Well, maybe it is a little more gray.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be really cool. And then we could still get, like we said, that is Plo Koon. We see Yoda. Cool thing. Again, ties everything in as well. I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it is supposed to be a darker story. So, like, I could totally see it being from the Sith point of view to make the Jedi look bad. But I think just overall, it's definitely going to be a darker story. I mean, just based off the poster alone, like a bloody lightsaber, like it's
right.
Kind of crazy for Disney, That's not all like rainbows and unicorns, like.
Have we gotten a rating for this show? Like, is it gonna just be on the main Disney Plus thing? Because I know Disney Plus has their like R-rated kind of section. Surely they wouldn't make it. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hoping they do it like I don't know when they said they're going to do the release times or anything, but I hope they kind of do it more like Ahsoka and not like Bad Batch.
Oh my gosh!
Is that a normal hour?
Freaking man, I cannot do the 3 a.m. dude. I'm so
no.
It looks like it's a rating.
So
TV 14, you said? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Andor had some darker themes as well, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not crazy.
Yeah, the choreography.
Incredible choreography.
Yeah.
I had a friend complain about the cinematography, and I was like, okay, what are you talking about? It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like maybe sure, whatever, but I think it looks really good.
Let it marinate.
Think so too.
Yeah. Someone, a good friend of mine, he was saying that the show looks or it feels almost like a Visions episode come to life in a way, and I really like that comparison.
Yeah,
I like that.
I can see that.
What's this?
I'm curious if that.
How many years? We said 100 years before the Phantom Menace, right?
100 years.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah.
The scene when he says it doesn't make sense, it definitely is not him saying that in that moment. Like he's definitely saying something else because the lips do not match whatsoever.
The mind trick.
Yes.
I love the guy who's getting mind tricked. I love his just like immediate like drop of his persona because he's just like completely entranced. So good.
Yeah, so I think this is a different planet than the one that we see later, where that girl shows up.
Yeah, it looks like it has more terrain almost.
Yeah.
These she looks almost surprised right there.
Yeah, she looks shook.
Yeah, you're right.
She's like, no one's been able to stop that left kick.
That fight scene, though, is crazy. It's huge, like Donnie Yen, Crouching Tiger kind of era fighting. Yeah. Really cool stuff.
Like I said, like Matrix too, like the Matrix style mixed in here too, with like the Carry On Moss stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Curious who that blonde kid is, because that's the only shot we see him in.
The one kind of looking like Justin Timberlake there.
Yeah, with the curly, almost perm looking hair. Yeah.
Same with this guy. We only get the one shot of him, I think, don't we?
Who? The one on the right or the left?
You got this guy popping up.
Ezra Miller.
He could be a nobody.
Yeah. That is he does have a character name on here. Let me pull him up real quick.
So he's like Scavenger.
Yeah, he's like some smuggler.
Smuggler, yeah, something like that.
You got to have one of those characters. I gotta, if I can find him.
It wouldn't be Star Wars without one of those.
Yeah, you gotta have the contrast.
Quaimar or something like that.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I
the
can't.
Quaimir. I don't know how to pronounce it.
How do you spell it?
Qimir. Qimir.
Mar maybe.
Let's look at it. Quimar.
Maybe the Q
So
silent.
this planet here,
maybe
this little like ice planet here. I know it's not Hoth, but could it be the planet that we opened on in the Mandalorian with the ice?
That's what I was wondering.
Check out that star.
It looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like Ilum to me.
Oh, that'd be a nice tie-in.
Very snowy. And again, get my boy Huang in there. I'm just saying. He's 1,000 years old.
Yeah,
he's
it's Octo. It's got to be Octo.
Yeah,
I get that vibe from this scene more.
It would be a cool way to connect, obviously, to The Last Jedi, but also to connect. I found out recently that the symbol when Luke is talking about Palpatine and how the Jedi fell and stuff, like there's kind of almost that like
yin yang kind of Buddha.
Yeah.
symbol.
Yes. That I realized that they use that exact symbol for the promotional material for like the eras of the Jedi, and so the Dawn of the Jedi symbol is that. So that would go ahead and start setting up teases for the Dawn of the Jedi movie. If it still happens, please, I want it so bad.
Yeah, somebody's wearing some armor on his hand too.
Oh yeah, that guy.
The green lightsaber. Yeah, he's got like some armor on.
Maybe it's like a
some
bionic arm.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh. Did we see? I'm trying to see what species that is. That does not look human.
No. Unless maybe it's her hand.
Maybe
There's
she
so
was
many damn lightsabers in the air. I can't tell.
Yeah, like I ever shot. Where are the purple lightsabers at, man? Apparently, I will say that Vernestra girl, the green girl earlier in the trailer, she has a purple lightsaber that can turn into a light whip, which is wild.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that there's like a Indiana Jones lightsaber. That's all I read.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I guess that's it.
That's cool.
I hope it's not goofy looking. I mean, I'm cool with it as long as it doesn't look like silly. But
right.
Apparently, the Wookiee Jedi Kelnaka, all it says in his character bio is a loner who lives a solitary life, which means he's for sure gonna die because that's already sad enough, and they're gonna take him away. We're all gonna be like, Kelnaka, we love you, and then he's gonna die. Nobody wants to see a Wookiee die, but they're gonna do it.
Yeah, we should see Yoda, Darth, Tenebrous, maybe Plagueis.
Yeah.
I mean, we could
Plagueis
see Yoda will be alive.
Yeah, Plagueis would be a little young, but Tenebrous is possible. Yeah. My only inkling, which I only just noticed in this watch through, is that when we see the lightsaber of the red lightsaber in that person's hand, it's Tenebrous is a Bith, one of the dudes who plays in the band in the cantina. Yeah. And that is definitely not a Bith hand. So unless it is another character, a third character, I don't think it is Tenebrous. But if it was, I'd love that because Plagueis is goated.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. What do you guys take on the updated logo?
I like it.
What did it look like before?
It's better than Mando and Grogu.
Well, because it was that kind of red, that different font in the red, and it had like the crack all the way through it.
No, I like that one too, though.
Like the saber slash through it.
Oh,
this kind of reminds me of Eclipse a little bit. You know?
Yeah, I'm wondering about the light because I see like it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
It spins a little bit on the.
Yeah, and then it kind of goes off center a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it literally looks like I'm almost an eclipse.
Yeah, I wonder what they're trying to imply there.
I bet that's metaphorical for the sense that, and this is actually from the Plagueis book. Plagueis talks about how on one of his fortress moons or whatever, he like looks up and it's a very symbolic passage that I really like, but there is a eclipse that passes by to like break, to obscure the light. So it literally is the darkness overtaking the beam of light, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Back to this comment. Do you think we will see Yoda though?
I think so. And
he was
prominent.
He's alive at that time.
Yeah, he's alive, but like, would that be too much of like a fan service having Yoda in it?
Not at all.
I think if you had one scene, a couple scenes, I think what would be cool is if you got Soul, the character that's talking now, and he's like, as things are progressing, you see him like, confiding in Yoda, and Yoda's kind of giving him advice, because it seems like Soul is on the council. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
They might as well throw Yoda in there. I've been praying that we get to see him in the white robes. That would just be so clean.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's Grand Master Yoda, when we see him in the prequels, and then he's the one that finishes Luke's training, quote unquote. So yeah, I mean, you got to show him during these times and show how significant his character is. So even if it's for a little bit, maybe a minute, that'd be cool. You could, I mean, even after this scene, you could see Yoda just, walking in or hovering in there and just asking how the session went today. Like, that would be cool.
Yeah, man. I would love that.
I like the colors they go with here, with the red and the gold. A lot of red and gold.
Reminds me of Ahsoka's ship in Ahsoka, the one that the Jedi cruiser she uses. But I also love that Soul has these like white robes. Like, it's just like you said, Brandon, it's just so, I would love to see Yoda in those like clean white robes. It's so, it almost is like angelic looking in a way. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's dreamy. It's kind of what the Jedi once were. That we never got to see this ever. We heard like thousands of Jedi once long lived. I'd never seen that. What would that look like? Well, here we go. So for me, I just think it's new Star Wars. When you live with 3 movies for a long time, and then you get all this, you're like, yes.
That's I love that take. Just because for me, I've gotten to this. It's gotten to this point where like everybody wants to be a critic, right? And it's like, dude, I just want to go back to my childhood when it was just new Star Wars, right? It didn't matter if it was good or bad. And yes, I have my opinions on certain things, but like I try to take everything in a positive light. And it's like, like for so many years it was only 3 movies, and then for more years it was only 6 movies, and now it's like, oh, this is so enriching, so cool.
And when those god awful little Ewok movies came out, you were a Star Wars fan of my age, you watched it because hey, you never know, it could be cool. But you got blurgs and like introduced in those back in the day, and we never thought see those ever again. But like, so I it's just interesting because now it's not even like that bad quality that we had back then that we accept it, but it's pretty damn good. Like in most cases, it's pretty damn good. Are some of the stories or in the movies we've seen recently, there's areas that fall apart? Absolutely. Absolutely. But like, I think one of the things that I enjoyed was understanding like the early characters and their development. And we're going to see that now with new stuff. Like, okay, not everyone is happy with Book of Boba Fett because they took a total badass and kind of made him a Disney park character. So I get that, and I get the reason for that because they need to be a Disney park character to shake hands and get selfies with. I get you, but I think it would be cooler to kind of make if you're going to redeem him, give us a season 2, bring him to be like Adamia, like make him like the Scarface of his planet. You know what I mean? Like of that system, do something cool with it. And here we have another opportunity to create all different storylines. I mean, this could be crazy. Who knows? Yeah. It could be like Hardy Boys. It could be like a mystery, and we're part of the journey trying to solve it. I have no idea, and I think that's what's really cool. Like even the people that, and I don't feel bad that I haven't read the High Republic. I think I had the audiobook for the first one, and I haven't followed up with any after. But even if you didn't see it, this is going to be new to everybody because it's in the movies. Like a lot of people don't watch the animation. So I think this is going to turn a lot of heads. And if people didn't like Andor because there wasn't enough lightsabers and Jedi, well, I think you're going to get your fix with this.
Oh, yeah.
I think this will be a good mix. of Andor and Ahsoka, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, those are probably my currently 2 favorite live action shows that we have seen thus far. So I'm all for that. I mean,
good storytelling on lightsabers.
Yeah, listen, 2 of my favorite things.
I gotta say, like, I love Carrie-Anne Moss's character. Like, she's not even using a lightsaber in this scene where she fights that other girl.
Yeah,
she's just like, you know what? I don't even need it.
You see the lightsaber on her belt too. And,
yeah, but she's not even using it. It's like, doesn't even pull it out.
Yeah, going hand to hand.
Right?
That was just awesome.
Or then she even like kind of stops the girl's or May's knife, like using the Force.
Yeah. So sick.
I was like, there we go.
Kind of like Ezra, right? He didn't need his lightsaber if he's like, I don't need one.
I just realized that her robes have this like almost texture across her chest that this is very far-fetched connection, but looks very similar to Shin's robes. Her light white robes with almost this pattern across the chest. I don't know. It probably is
even
nothing.
Just the chainmail kind of look. We've never really seen much of that.
It's the same.
You got Ezra with that kind of chainmail-y looking stuff.
Yeah.
And then even Marok had very knightly, kind of like that old school knight, kind of the shape of it and everything of his helmet.
Yeah.
With the way they made it rustic and rusty. I mean, they did some cool things. I think we're going to see some crossover even in those designs being able to be utilized in here to adapt.
People forget they're like Star Wars is a space fantasy, right? It's a space opera. So I love when you get fantasy elements. I mean, it's just a cool space skin on a fantasy world, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we're going to get like another version of a Night Sister or another clan of magic users?
Force magic?
I think that's what.
I mean, I think it's that like coven.
That group of people. Yeah,
yes.
Right here.
So Mother Anastasia is the leader of a coven of witches who value their independence and the preservation of their beliefs and powers. That's what it says on StarWars.com.
Oh,
yeah.
So, I don't know.
That looked interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, probably no Night Sisters, but I think they're going to be like a prominent like. Like they're gonna take that role essentially.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, are we because if you go to Ahsoka and you never saw it, right? You got Night Sisters introduced there, but if you didn't see Clone Wars or any of that, you don't know what it is. So it's cool. And what we're wondering what they're taking off of Peridia or whatnot from the what do you call them? The catacombs. Like, I'm kind of curious what that is.
Who is this dude here?
Yes, okay. Who is this guy?
That is Moses.
Good answer. Good answer.
No, I have no idea who this guy is. I mean, you never get a front-facing shot of him.
No, you get him from far. You get him like at the back.
All in white. That's.
It kind of looks like a Jedi Fallen Order character, kind of.
See that?
Like he just has that vibe to him. It might just be the beard.
Yeah,
Palpatine. He found a way to time travel.
Oh my gosh.
Shapeshift.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the Wookiee in action.
I know, I'm so scared of what's going to happen to him. It looks like, I realized in that shot where they're overlooking that forest, he is not with them. And then after, he's surrounded by almost similar looking trees. So I'm curious.
Ooh.
I mean, they say on the website he lives a solitary life. So I'm curious if they're like seeking him out, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe the Wookiees listen to the trees and like are one with the trees. Maybe he's kind of feeling the vibe of the forest.
Oh, that's like maybe they need him to be able to like actually sense what's going on in these woods. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
or that would suck if he like that's where he goes.
I can't unsee Plo Koon now. Now I want Plo Koon.
Every time your eye goes there.
Yeah, every time. It's like, every single time now.
And then the lady on the far left looks like a Depa Billaba, kind of.
She does. I know.
Yeah,
I think you do. I don't know.
But is
you see,
I mean, it's definitely not her, but like it looks like her.
Similar grade, yeah.
Damn.
It's interesting to see, like, because a lot of times their like robes are changing. Like at some points he has long hair, but he has darker robes, and then other times he has shorter hair and then darker robes, and then he has the long hair and light robes. And it's like, how are all these time pieces, you know, putting together? Because here, right, he has dark robes, but he has long hair.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that fight right there because
it's gonna be good.
So shocked, and he's just very subtle with the moves, and it's so effective.
She's got. I mean, we at least know has to be a Force user. With the way she's jumping like that.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just like a skilled assassin.
Maybe. I mean, like I think about like Cad Bane, he's floating around on rocket boots with a lightsaber in Clone Wars. So I mean, who knows?
Anything's possible.
True. It's not
anything's possible.
So.
Yeah. I'm just looking at like the other Jedi in the background, like a lot of white robes. This guy's wearing brown.
I am curious if this is Coruscant. Cause, I mean, granted, you know, I know this is 100 years before, but the temple just looks so different, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe that's a point, right? Maybe they're just trying to show that, like, hey, you know, the Jedi were used to be so vibrant and colorful. I mean, the High Republic saying, I believe, is for light and life, and it's supposed to be kind of like this expression of all these Jedi, and maybe they kind of lose their way.
Yeah.
I'm curious if these bow people are tied to those witches or not.
That was like my initial thought, is like maybe they're a part of that like coven, but I feel like it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Is the
one in the middle kind of looks a little like not so much as human. Like it looks like she's got some horns on her head or something. Or
I wonder if they are a part of them and they're surrounded by the witches, because is that the like leader witch on the far left?
Yeah, that has to be her.
So maybe they're stuck and they have to.
Yeah, that is her. The hair.
He has that short hair, so it's like, is this something that's coming back after a certain amount of years, right? Like,
yeah,
that was
maybe
cool.
like an investigation that never gets solved and then comes back to light, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, because they have the hoods up, so I mean,
they're interesting.
Curious what's going on in this shot. Like the entire forest is burning.
You got fire, and then you got snow on the next scene. Interesting.
Nasty.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping this is Ilum. But
yeah, that'd be a nice tie-in.
This looks so much like Octo, dude. Like,
every time we get to the scene, I think the same thing.
Yeah. But how crazy would that be? Like, you got if they tie in these planets that are strong in the Force, right? Like Ilum's very strong in the Force. Octo's like the place of like the one of the earliest Jedi temples, right? Like,
true.
I thought it was interesting right before this scene where you hear that voiceover saying it's about power and who gets the ability to use it. Like, that's pretty cool, because I think that would really, divide anyone. Given that there's a power and only certain people can have the ability to learn it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Maybe the Jedi is also. I mean, it again comes back into the dogma of the Jedi that they only want certain people to wield this power. That was spoke about a lot in Plagueis, was how the Jedi only wanted, well, even Palpatine says it in the prequels, right? He's like, oh, the Jedi don't want to lose their power.
I was going to say Dooku. Even Dooku was trying to convince Obi-Wan and even basically his own Padawan to the point that when we meet Qui-Gon, you can kind of see where he's kind of like, yeah, we're going to train him anyway.
Yep.
Like, forget you guys, because they're all pompous and they're all in their ways and they're not ready to budge. I think they do kind of lose their way completely.
Yep.
They got so dogmatic that it ended up hurting them.
I'm very, very excited to see
Mustafar running fire scene, right?
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Stormtrooper dog tags? Is that true?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the sleeve was made, or like the chest, like collar part.
Really? I didn't know that's what it was.
That. Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
So this scene here with the Jedi running with the lightsabers, like, do you think it's that same planet from earlier where they're overlooking on that cliff, looking into the forest there, or you think it's?
Yeah,
I mean, it could be.
Like, how many times do you get
here? It kind of looks
lightsabers together. I don't know. Maybe that's why these are things we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Interesting
that they very much. I mean, I don't know if it's the way the shot is framed or not, but there's like that red glow. I don't think it's from the lightsaber. It almost looks like it's from this whatever that they blast out. Like Brandon said,
yeah. Just I was gonna say like the tree, like the shrubs and stuff. It looks like Rise of Skywalker, whatever planet they have their base on. That could be a little bit of a stretch, but
it's in Battle. They name it Battlefront 2. I don't even remember what it's called. That guy on the right has like a mullet going on.
See, and this makes me sad because I'm already loving the Wookiee character, and he's obviously not there. And man, that's gonna be so sad.
Show me the Wookiee. Is he okay?
Maybe you get him after. You don't know. You don't know.
Maybe he saves the day.
What if he is the dark side user? If that actually happened, my mom, I don't even know how I would feel about that. I'm like,
Darth Wookiee.
Yeah,
Darth Wookiee, bro.
Right. Oh, should we watch this one more time with the sound on?
Sure, do it.
Let's do it.
Close your eyes. Your eyes can deceive you.
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense. What happened?
I sensed darkness.
This isn't about good or bad. This is about power and who is allowed to use it.
What is that?
I'm curious. One thing I'm noticing is that person's hand and robes, their robes almost look brown. And I'm like, what if one of their Jedi betrayed them, right? That they like bleed their crystal on the spot, kind of like Dagan Gera did in Survivor, right? When you meet him.
Right.
That's a far-fetched theory, but maybe they're trying to get you to think, oh, this is a Sith, when in actuality it's this Jedi that's been, like betraying them.
Around.
That could be pretty crazy.
And that girl earlier was saying, what do you see? Light, balance, and she said fire.
Mm-hmm.
Fire.
And then
yeah.
So I'm thinking that probably is the same girl we see earlier or later.
This hand is notably, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell from the lighting, but it definitely looks like someone of lighter complexion. So it makes me think that it's not her, but it's definitely that either it's some Jedi that is turned on them, or it's that ominous silhouetted figure. But
yeah. Well, I am excited for this one. It's very intriguing. This whole storyline, the whole plot of this series. Now that we have the trailer, it's just even more intriguing.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Final thoughts?
Very excited. Very excited. Why not? We got a really banger trailer, from music to the cuts they showed us they're all things that didn't give much away, but kept us wanting more, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what a trailer should be. Like not give too much away and not give away any story points or stuff like that, right? So
right.
But
I did find out the person doing the score, by the way, and it is a person named Michael Abels, which I do not know what their interesting. Michael Abels did the score for Nope, Us, and Get Out, which are all three Jordan Peele horror films, which is very applicable.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I like that.
Dumpy, deep bass too will be pretty nice. It adds a lot of weight.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm cool with that, man. That sounds really sick.
Getting that Disney check.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I cannot wait.
Let it fly.
Yeah. But
I'm ready for
guys,
the collectibles though for this.
Yeah, right.
Oh, dude, I'm
another
excited.
Thing. The collectibles and the all the merch and stuff like that.
Yes.
Give me what is his name? Give me a Kelnaka hot toy, please.
Ooh.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
More Wookiees. A Wookiee Jedi for that matter. Right? Like this is the second Wookiee Jedi we've gotten now, right? Because we got
Gunji.
what's the one
there's
the clone? Gunji.
There's
two
Gunji. Just in terms of visual, like live action animation, this is the second, but there are two more that were in the High Republic books. So so there seemed to be a little bit more widespread in the books, at least. But yeah,
that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, very excited about it. But I think that'll do it for this live stream. Do you guys want to let people know where they can find you? Lex, why don't you go first?
So you can find me at Jedi Lex across all platforms, either Jedi.Lex or _Lex. I go live every Saturday with Chris and Patrick for the podcast. I've got my Beyond Tatooine podcast, which I post new episodes every Thursday. And we've got some Bad Batch reactions for tomorrow, so that's going to be exciting. But yeah, looking forward to the Acolyte.
Yeah,
absolutely. Patrick?
You can find me on YouTube at Poptography or on any of the social media, Poptography YT. And I basically create creative images of Star Wars Funko Pop. So if you dig that kind of thing, definitely check it out. We do unboxing and reviews, but that's mainly what I do, 1 or 2 images a week. So
awesome. Brandon?
My name's Brandon over at Clan Brandalorian on all socials. Pretty much my 4 things that I like to cover on my channel is lore, theories, Funko, and Lego. But yeah, just come hang out, chill, and just enjoy some Star Wars.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Grayson, how about yourself?
If you didn't get enough of me talking here today, you can go over to @MortisFM on basically everywhere except TikTok, which is @Mortis_FM, because for some reason I had to do that. I talk on the podcast with me and my best friend Cole, who could not make it tonight, but we do currently we're doing Bad Batch breakdowns, but even when there is not a show going, we are releasing an episode every week on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. And just talking about all kinds of deep dives on Star Wars lore, just overall really anything. We don't really do it reactions or collectibles or anything like that. We're just all about kind of highlighting the story and the plot, stuff like that. But yeah, we would love to have you over there.
Yes, absolutely. Go subscribe to all of them. And then last but not least, Eric.
Hey, thanks, Chris, for having me on, and all these wonderful people, man. This was fun. Had a great time. Can't wait for the Acolytes show to start. And so you can find me on YouTube and Instagram. Same thing, Sire Speed Reviews. And I do Star Wars Funko Pops. I do toy hunts, anything, all Star Wars. So if you'd like to subscribe, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Basically, if you like Star Wars, subscribe to all of us.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Everybody's got Star Wars a little sprinkle of everything.
Yeah. But thank you guys for hopping in and joining on the joining in on this conversation about this great trailer. It's going to be epic, I think. So thank you for coming on, and thank you everyone in the chat. And I will see everyone in the next episode.
May the force be with you.